In this new video, we will be talking about the material feature of the Google Classroom. We've taken time in the last video to explain the topic feature. So about the material feature, once you're in your class, in the classroom, you would see where you have stream classwork, people, and grades. Quickly click on classwork, click on create, scroll down on the list, you would find material. Now what the material option does is that for instance, you have a topic you need to teach, okay, and you feel the time might not be enough to expand the topic, okay. You might want to send materials ahead of time to the children. They get to read up before your next class, or you finish teaching a class and you didn't really have time to completely look at all the areas necessary. You might want to also send the material home for reinforcement so that the children could also have an extra idea or more idea of what the topic is about. And so the material option comes in very handy because a lot of us, sometimes the 40 minutes 60 minutes allotted us for our class isn't really enough, so you can make use of that, send materials home, schedule them, and all that. So under title I can type the pH values, okay. Description, you want to say something about what the material is. You might want to say that the material isn't an assessment. You just need to read it and get to know more about pH values, and then in our next class we'll discuss the topic, okay. Do well to read through the contents, and we will all have our comments shared at the next class. Right, okay, class should be spelled clearly. Good. Alright, so looking at this, if you look below where you have optional, you can add the material. The material could be in the form of a video, an audio, a document. So if the material is in your Google Drive, you click on Google Drive. If it's a link, you click on link and add it up somewhere. If it's linked to a website, if it's a file in your system, you click on file. If it's a YouTube video, you may also want to do that. So I usually like to keep my files in Google Drive. So when I click on Google Drive, it takes me to my Google Drive folder, okay. So it opens up, it shows me the recent files I have worked on in my drive. So I will go to my drive, okay. Now this shows me files I have in my drive. I want to pick something I would just share. May not really be something about the discussion, just for explanation. So I click on this, I click on add, and then wait for the material to be added. Alright, the material is already added. You may also want to go through the create to immediately create a new material. You go to docs to type, as if you're using a Microsoft Word, slide for PowerPoint, sheet for Excel, Google Drawings if you want to make some image pictures, and then forms when you want to create computer-based testing format. So basically leave all that, just use the add to insert the material you want the children to go through. Now you can go up here to schedule the work. You can schedule it for a particular day, or you just click on post and then it arrives every child. So I want to schedule it for tomorrow. I want to schedule it for Tuesday. Good, 8 a.m. I click on schedule. Alright, now if you look at that, if I go back there, edit, you will see that there were other options we didn't look at, so you can decide to just leave them. For if you have different classes in your Google Classroom, okay, like we said, we need to create classes as subjects, so you can add which subject you're linking that to. Is it for all students? You can click the particular student you want the material to go to. Then the topic, you're linking into a particular topic, so I can click acid, base, and salts, and click on schedule again, and that's it. So in our next video we'll look at how to use quiz assignments and assignments.